Jaws filmed on location on the eastern part of the United States near Martha's Vineyard. See how we beautifully recreated Amity Island? Sets look so good. Anytime you work with the set, you're working with the production design set decoration. Now looking at the sets, you might think you're in Cabot Cove, Maine. Well, that would be correct. This area used for the late great Angela Lansbury's hit CBS show, Murder, She Wrote, had a very successful 12-year run as a series. Now, we're about halfway through, so I'm going to remind everyone, please remain seated during the entire tour. Our studio, private property. Anytime during the tour, you drop your phone, or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention, and I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Okay, remember we travel fast on the back lot. Welcome to Old Mexico, the most quiet location of them all on the back lot. This area used by the NBC shows Heroes and the reboot of Quantum Leap. But how about another look at Amity Island, a bird's eye view? Coming up on the right after we make our turn, Steven Spielberg was instrumental in helping us get the Jaws attraction for our studio tour.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the trap. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Why, thank you, Mr. Spielberg. You know, we've seen a lot of action. We should go now where it's a little more peaceful and quiet, like one of those average suburban neighborhoods. You can always count on our driver, Mario. He's found a neighborhood. We're turning onto Colonial Street. Now, if you look to your left, count 3 homes over. Third home on the left was the front of the Munsters home in the classic NBC TV series from the 1960s. That's a facade. It looks different now than it did in the Munsters. But if they ever went in the house, those indoor sets built inside sound stages on the front lot, and that's where you film the indoor scenes. Now take a good look at Colonial Street. You can currently see it on the Peacock streaming series, The Burbs, starring Emmy winner Keke Palmer.
Welcome to Ashfield Place, the safest town in America. So, what's the deal with that Victorians? There have been whispers of murder. Which one of us is the murderer? So are we gonna go in?
Do white ladies love salads? Hell yeah, we're going in.
The Burbs currently streaming on Peacock. You know, Ted has also used Colonial Street on your screens. The house where the character Johnny, played by actor Max Burkholder, lives in on Ted. That house has been repainted. Now it's a cream color over on the left. And as we say farewell to our average suburban neighborhood, we're going to take you up Steven Spielberg Drive, also known as Wilderness Road, where in the 1950s and 60s, classic NBC Western wagon train filmed on Wilderness Road. But we do have a long relationship with Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg. It goes all the way back to the earliest days of our studio tour.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It's my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Thank you again, Mr. Spielberg. Okay, folks, get your cameras out. Coming up on both sides of the tram car, you're going to see some great picture cars. Picture cars, any vehicle used in production. Remember, you'll see them on both sides. Now, that first vehicle on the left, the original Glamour Tram, that's what our studio tour vehicle looked like when the tour originated on July 15th, 1964. But don't forget the right side. Oh, I see some Who-mobiles from Ron Howard's Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas film. You know, around the corner, we have a scale replica of LA's iconic landmark, the Hollywood sign, and a classic film from Hollywood, shot right here at Universal, in this area, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Coming up on the right, two of the most iconic sets ever created, the Bates Motel, and up above, Norman Bates' house. Look who just came out of cabin 1, that's Norman Bates. That car belongs to Marion Crane. Maybe she checked into the Bates Motel. Oh, but maybe now she's checking out. Norman's gonna be very nice, bring out the luggage, put it in the trunk. Here he is. That's not luggage. He's carrying Marion Crane. Let's quietly get out of here before Norman has a chance to see us. Whoop, too late. Oh, that was a close one. Psycho caused a sensation when it opened in theaters back in 1960, starring Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates and Janet Leigh as Marion Crane.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
This movie is for adults, but it still holds up. And as we go around the corner of Norman's house, we've got some completely different, one of the most spectacular sets ever created. The airplane crash site set from Steven Spielberg's blockbuster Paramount film, War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Stephen had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
On your left, this is a real airplane, but it was old. It was not going to fly anymore. Purchased for approximately $60,000 from an airport near Mojave, California, Victorville. They sectioned the plane off at the airport, and then the flatbed trucks brought it to the back lot for the filming. Say, we're about 15 minutes from the end of the tour, and we'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull that emergency cord if you need assistance, and remain seated at all times. From this crash site, we go to another set, Jupiter's Claim, used in Jordan Peele's movie Nope. Now in Nope, Jupiter's Claim is over, a UFO hotspot. Here is the film's director, writer. He is also an Academy Award winner, Mr. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the winking lamp and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. Welcome to the world of no.
Well, that's our cue to get out. So far, we've taken you all over Universal, showing you wonderful filming locations. Here is one more. This area up here is called Falls Lake. Look up ahead on the right, and you see a big blue backdrop, one of the largest freestanding backdrops in all of Hollywood. Below the backdrop, we fill in with water. That's how we get the lake for Falls Lake. Harry Styles filmed the music video for his song Falling by the blue backdrop at Falls Lake. And on your screen, some of the movies, including Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, which also used Falls Lake for production. Falls Lake is where Norman Bates stashed his victims in the classic Alfred Hitchcock thriller. You know, by taking our world-famous studio tour today, all of you have now become part of our history. Congratulations. And for over 110 years, Universal Studios has been thrilling audiences around the globe. Our founder, Carl Laemmle, understood the excitement of going behind the scenes. This excitement of going behind the scenes, well, it was raised to a new level when the current studio tour opened on July 15th, 1964. We thank each and every one of you for taking the world-famous studio tour. To our past members, thank you very much for being with us. If you are not a past member, head up to Universal Box Office, find out how to upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass. Make sure you've downloaded the Universal Studios Hollywood app so you can confirm park hours. We're open till 6 p.m. this evening. And if you'd like to purchase any of the movies and TV shows you saw on the tour, visit the website universalpicturesathome.com. Now plan to come back this April and May to experience the park in a whole new way. Step into the iconic worlds of Scooby-Doo and the Universal Monsters, One Piece, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and more at Universal Fan Fest Nights, where sci-fi, fantasy, anime, and gaming collide in one epic after-hours celebration every event night. To find out more and to purchase tickets, visit universalstudioshollywood.com. And don't forget, opening here at Universal Studios Hollywood this summer, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Speaking of awesome, please give our driver Mario a big round of applause. He did a terrific job. Thank you, Mario. He's actually on the phone to our driver dispatch. He's waiting to get clearance for us to head down the road. Just make that final turn and unload. Thanks for your patience. While we're waiting here, look to your right. Look at that beautiful overview of the San Fernando Valley, where the city of Burbank, California is located. You know, in the valley, two other major motion picture studios are neighbors. Warner Brothers, it's closest to us. You might be able to see the water tower. And then behind Warner Brothers, you have the Walt Disney Studios, also neighbors of ours. All right, when we get to unload, they're going to open the gates. Please watch your arms and legs, fingers and toes when the gates open. Please watch your step. Also, please drop 3D glasses in the bins. Thanks for doing that. I'll be in the plaza area if you have questions. And if you need a bathroom, walk to the other end of the sidewalk, left-hand side, opposite the escalator you came down on. That's where you'll find the restrooms. On behalf of myself, Mike, your guide, our driver Mario, all of us here at Universal Studios Hollywood, We hope you've enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes experience. Now you see a tram next to us. If they start to open our gates before the tram next to us leaves, then we are going to have you exit to the left and just go behind the tram that is next to us. So we'll see if they clear it. If not, then again, exit to the left behind the tram that is next to us. Folks, have a wonderful day. It's been my pleasure. And as we say here in Hollywood, that is a wrap. Bye-bye now. Have fun. So long. Bye-bye.